Good afternoon, folks. Now, discussion B deals with an article titled Jimmy Carter Lived to 100 with Hospice Care, Why It May Help Some Live Longer. Explores how hospice care, often misunderstood as a service only for the final days of life, it can actually extend life for some patients while improving its quality. Here's what the surrounding page content reveals: what hospice care really offers. Comfort focused care. Hospice prioritizes relief from pain and emotional distress rather than just aggressive medical interventions. Not for not for uh, not for not just for final days. Many assume hospice is only for the last few days or hours, but experts like Diana Francesco Chesco of Hope Health emphasizes it's appropriate for the last months of life. Longer lifespans. Research from the National Hospice and Palliative Care Organization shows that patients with conditions like cancer or heart failure lived an average of 29 days longer with hospice care compared to those who didn't receive it. Jimmy Carter's experience. Carter was diagnosed with stage 4 or 5 melanoma in 2015 and received immunotherapy before transitioning to hospice February 2023. He lived nearly 2 years under hospice care, for far exceeding the U.S. average of 95 days for Medicare patients in hospice. His case illustrates how early adoption of hospice can lead to extended life and more meaningful time with loved ones. Emotional and family benefits. Hospice also supports family members, helping them find closure and navigate the emotional challenges of end of life care. It's not just about medical treatment, it's about holistic support, dignity, and peace. In essence, Carter's story challenges the stigma around hospice and highlights its potential to not only ease suffering but also extend life in a compassionate, patient centered way. Would you like to explore how hospice compares to other forms of palliative care? Hos- uh, Hospice care in traditional medical care serve very different purposes, especially when it comes to end of life treatment. Here's a breakdown of how they diverge. Traditional medical care. Goal: cure illness or prolong life. Approach: aggressive treatments like surgeries, chemotherapy, or intensive care. Focus: disease centered treating symptoms to restore health. Settings: hospice care offers a deeply compassionate approach to end of life support, focusing on comfort and dignity, emotional well being. Here are some key benefits: physical and emotional comfort, pain and symptom management. Hospice provides palliative care to ease physical discomfort without aggressive treatments. 24/7 support. Patients and families have access to care round the clock, including weekends and holidays. Holistic patient centered care. Interdisciplinary team care is delivered by a team that may include doctors, nurses, social workers, chaplains, and trained volunteers. Spiritual and psychological support addresses emotional and external concerns, helping patients find peace. Preferences for home based care. Comfort of familiar surroundings. Many patients prefer to receive care at home, and hospice honors that wish. Improve quality of life. Studies show patients patients often experience better emotionally well-being and less distress when cared for at home. Support for families and caregivers, education and guidance. Hospice helps families understand what to expect and how care for their loved one. Bereavement services. Support continues after the patient's passing, helping families cope with grief. Respect for patient goals. Prioritize care plans. Hospice aligns treatment with what matters most to the patient, whether that whether that's spending time with loved ones or simply finding peace. Hospice isn't about giving up, it's about choosing how to live meaningfully in the time that remains. If you'd like, I can help you explore how to talk to a loved one about hospice or compare it with palliative care. Hospice care often is often misunderstood, and these misconceptions can prevent people from accessing the comfort and support they truly need. Let's clear the air. Top misconceptions about hospice care. Hospice means giving up. Reality, hospice isn't about surrendering, it's about shifting the focus from uh, curing to comfort. It allows patients to live their final days with dignity and peace and meaningful moments. Hospice speeds up death. Reality, it's a uh, it, this is a uh, persistent myth. Hospice does not hasten death. It simply allows the natural process to unfold with expert symptom management and emotional support. In fact, some studies show patients may live longer in hospice than with aggressive treatments. It's only for cancer patients. That's another myth, folks. Give me 1 second, please. Reality. Hospice serves people with a wide range of terminal illnesses: heart disease, dementia, COPD, ALS, and more, not just cancer. You can only receive hospice care in the last few days. Reality. Hospice is available to anyone with a life expectancy of 6 months or less. Many people benefit from months of care, not just days. Hospice is only provided in a facility. Reality, most hospice care is delivered in the patient's home, allowing them to be surrounded by loved ones or familiar surroundings. Hospice just Hospice is just for the patient. No, folks, it's also for the families. Um, we as hospice folks support families up to 6 months after somebody passes. That's called aftercare, folks. Okay, reality. Hospice, hospice also supports families with counseling, respite care, and bereavement services. These myths can create unnecessary fear or delay in seeking care. The truth, hospice is about living well, even at the end. If you'd like, I can help you explore how to talk to someone about hospice or find local services. Preparing for hospice care is both practical and emotional journey. It's about creating a space where comfort and dignity and connection can take priority. Here's how families can thoughtfully prepare. Understand what hospice is. Hospice focuses on quality of life, not creative treatment. It provides it provides pain management, emotional support, and spiritual care for patients with life-threatening illnesses. Care is typically delivered at home, but can also be provided in facilities. You can explore more about hospice principles from the Hospice Foundation of America. Okay, here. 2. Start open conversations early. Talk with your loved ones about their wishes and values and care preferences. Discuss topics like where they want to receive care, who should make medical decisions if they can't, what kind of emotional or spiritual support they'd like. Regular family meetings can help align uh, expectations and reduce confusion. Coordinate with healthcare providers. Ask the doctor if hospice is appropriate and request a referral. If you can, also make a self-referral to a hospice provider. Meet the hospice team to understand the care plan and services offered. Prepare the home environment. Rearrange furniture to make space for medical equipment. Ensure safety and accessibility, e.g., grab bars, clear pathways. Create peaceful, familiar settings with personal items, photos, and favorite music. Lean on the hospice team. Hospice includes nurses, social workers, chaplains, and volunteers. They offer training for family caregivers, emotional support, and respite care. Don't hesitate to ask questions or request help. This is a team effort. Okay, guys, so that is B for you. I'll be back on shortly with C. Give me a little bit for C, please. And I'll be back on with that for you shortly. For now, Gator Wellness, take care.